It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy National Championship Monday. Happy National Champ, South Carolina Gamecocks. Got some comments on the women's game and Caitlin Clark and Dawn Staley. We definitely going to preview the Natty tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got a Natty tonight. UConn, Purdue, Klingen, Edie. It's crazy, man. It's going to be exciting. But right now, I'm telling you, if you've been playing a lot of the chalk and a lot of favorites, especially Saturday's games, you're cashing some checks, baby. You know what I'm saying? Making that money. But tonight, is the Final Four, all three games, going to be the favorite? Hell, I'll have to tell you about 12:50. So you got to keep listening. We're breaking down the game. We're also going to mention a little bit about I don't know if you heard this. This Cal guy. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I haven't heard of him. Is he like one of those mid-major coaches like at Samford or something like that?
He's some dude Arkansas hired.
Huh.
You know?
Hire.
Woo. What a... No. This is one of those win-win situations.
A win-win-win.
Arkansas gets what they need. You know, like Cal coming over there, they're paying him a big bag. The dude that owns Tyson's Chicken, John H. Tyson, good friends with Cal. He's breaking a bag. They promised $6 million in NIL. So it's going to work for John. Yes, he hasn't had many good seasons over the last 5 seasons at Kentucky, but he did win at UMass. He did win at Memphis, and he did win, a natty in Kentucky. Hadn't been great lately, but damn, he's going to bring in talent. It's going to be a boost to Arkansas. He's not going to have the expectations. It seemed like Cal, he was even getting it back and forth with fans the last couple of years, if you had noticed. Kentucky fans wore thin of him. And then there's also the win for Kentucky because people, unlike Jay Williams, who's the dumbest person I've ever heard on television, can't stand that man talking about how are they going to replace Cal? Bro, it's Kentucky.
Well, they're all convinced they're getting Dan Hurley now.
Well, dude, Dan Hurley, Jay Wright.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one. They're all convinced they're getting Jay Wright. Ridiculous.
Bruce Pearl, Nate Oates. I mean, there is a list. But I'm going to tell you something. Kentucky's going to get a damn good coach. And I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but if they gave Dan a package that was equivalent to Cal, that would be what, a $4.5 million raise for Dan. Who could knock somebody for taking a $4.5 million a year raise?
I guess that's true.
I mean, come on now. Let's not pretend that Kentucky is just now going to fall on their face.
What about Chris Beard? Is he in the conversation?
Shoot, man.
Or is he too low for Kentucky?
I honestly don't think that's I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Can Ole Miss, can Kentucky go? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just about winning basketball games. Why not?
That's right.
I don't think Chris Beard's on their target. I don't think they're targeting him right now.
Do you want to hear the names I heard last night while watching various live streams?
I didn't watch the live streams, but I did scroll and like a lot of the little tweets. Because there was some great. I mean, there was some very excited people on both sides. Kentucky
like you said,
fans
it was a win-win.
Were so freaking excited to see John go out the door, and Arkansas fans were going banana sandwiches. It was actually entertaining as hell. But give me a little bit of what you saw on the live streams, because I did not watch. I heard you during Wolo's show. You were watching actually Arkansas and Kentucky.
Well, everybody and their mother went live on YouTube last night after the news broke, and so I was just kind of bouncing around from various shows. These are the names I've heard. Obviously, people are saying Dan Hurley, which I think is hilarious. They're all saying Jay Wright, which I don't know which one I think is more funny, but they're both funny. Nate Oates.
I'm telling you, Dan Hurley is not a crazy one. Again,
I do not see him fitting at Lexington at all.
Well, Lexington doesn't give a damn if who you are as long as you win.
Well, that's right.
I
I just don't think he would enjoy being in Lexington, if I'm being honest.
I mean, $4.5 million makes
well, sure,
me
that
like
makes
another
that
place a lot
that
better.
is a great point. That is a great point. So maybe Nate Oates is one I heard from like all three.
I've
or
heard
four
that
ones
all
I've
morning,
seen.
and can I tell you something? I am very fascinated with the Nate Oates thing, and the one reason is because Rick Pitino won a national championship running, at Providence, doing the
Sure.
Get to the Final Four, doing all that with shooting the three, and when he got to Kentucky and he got to the bigger programs, I don't know if you know, when he got the better athletes, his philosophy changed. Because he was getting them dudes.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, does Nate Oates, with the fact that he lives by the three, dies by the three, doesn't coach a whole hell of a lot of defense, even though their defense was much better? Yes, he's just coming off a Final Four. But again, it was just last year that he had a player murder another person. His star, Brandon Miller, was there. And they had was it a second round exit last year, or was it a first round exit?
I don't remember that far back, if I'm being honest. They did go to the Final Four this year, though.
Yeah,
Or that's all that matters. Everyone only cares about what's happening
I hear
now.
what you're saying, but I'm kind of curious. Would Kentucky fan realistically want to have more of a gimmicky style, or do they want somebody who's like Dan Hurley, who's the greatest second half adjuster in basketball history, runs more plays, they run more sets, they run everything? I go right now.
Has him in the play-in game, John.
Yeah.
And
And they're not
then
going to do anything.
the last one, Bruce Pearl.
And again, all these, every one of them, again, I think right now would be more exciting and new blood and something that Kentucky needs. I don't know who they're going to get, but I'll tell you again, it's going to be a big name. It's Kentucky. Kentucky. Now, again, we're going to talk with Jake Crane. We got a natty tonight. The Masters is this week. Hey, there's this thing called, by the way, did you know we got the solar eclipse going on today?
I got my glasses on.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Can you see anything?
No.
Okay, cool, man. So you're kind of going like a little bit of Ray Charles style. I dig it. Producing, man, like you just know everything that's going on. Now, it is time for us to talk with the man himself, Jake Crane. He's been destroying it already this morning. He's going to continue to destroy it because they're going to live stream the game tonight. I'm telling you right now, if you're not watching Crane and Company, what are you doing? Let me welcome to the program Jake Crane. Jake Crane, what up, my man?
Johnny Radio, you're just spitting hard, cold facts this morning. And, I'm excited about the live stream, man. It ought to be a hell of a game. We're going to have a lot of live bets. Just turn it on, mute the TV, and let's have a good one.
Man, it's going to be so much damn fun. And me and you are going to break down and do a little preview, figure out who we're going to bet Saturday night. Damn, dude, if you're just taking chalk right now in this Final Four, like you're covering, you're feeling good, you're making that money. UConn looks unbeatable. Braden Smith was terrible in that win where, Purdue beat NC State, and he was just terrible. But damn, they still, dominated and covered. Before we jump into all the crazy stuff from the Caitlin Clark to Cal and Arkansas, let's kind of just right now feel like, what are you feeling on National Championship Monday, like about tonight's game? Are you feeling that this is going to be a chalky Final Four, or can Purdue give them a fight?
Well, look, I mean, if there was any one entity that for two halves could keep Purdue close enough to maybe have a chance to win the game at the end, it's Zach Edey. But I mean, Johnny Radio, at the end of the day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Zach Edey could go off, and UConn could still win by 20 points. See, that's the problem with UConn. I've seen games where you always want to take somebody's strength away, right? Make them dribble with their left, pun intended. But even when Alabama comes out and hits a lot of threes, and Mark Sears scores 20 points, and Estrada's pretty good, they still lose by double digits. I mean, UConn can survive when your best is at its best and when your best is at its worst. And I just think they're good at everything. You know, the one thing they don't do excellent is they don't turn you over a lot. But on the other hand, they don't really turn it over, so it's not a true net negative. I've just been so impressed at how, you know, they can still – it's almost kind of like what Saban did at Alabama and Kirby did at Georgia, where you know you're the best team, but somehow you still play very clean. You still play with a chip on your shoulder. What I find interesting about this game is –